It's Season 2 of Modern Warfare Zombies, and we just cracked the solo tombstone duplication glitch. Absolutely blew it out of the water. It is completely revamped. It's faster than ever, arguably almost faster than our Season 1 method of duplicating items. I'm going to show you how to do this glitch from Jesse Powers, the originator of this glitch. We spent about 5 hours on stream, another 3 hours off stream, refining the method that Jesse Powers took and to make it as absolutely fast as possible to duplicate items solo to put in your stash. Yes, that's right. You're putting the items actually in your stash where you can use them anytime, any place. You don't need any friends, anyone to revive you. And when you come back, you don't even need to use a tombstone. You can just pick the item like a flawless Ethereum crystal, pick the item like a legendary ether tool, jump into a match, go to the dark ether, play whatever you want, successfully exfil or die. It doesn't matter because you're just using items that you duplicated from your tombstone. You no longer have to keep that tombstone anytime. And did I mention you don't even need essence for this to work properly in your tombstone? Everything about this is phenomenal. Watch this video. This is an exhaustive guide from start to finish, how to do it, why we do what we do. Make sure to pass this on to other people that are wanting to get back into playing zombies and using that tombstone. Check it out. All you need to do this method in the most efficient way possible is a tombstone soda. Literally, that's all that you need, and I'll explain why and how it works in just a second. What I also recommend taking is a scorcher. That will make this method even faster and more efficient. And then a large rucksack. You don't have to have a large rucksack, but you will more than double, almost triple your output if you just have any operator with a large rucksack. You don't have to have anything else, just an operator with a large rucksack. And by the way, you won't lose the rucksack in this method ever. Here we go. Now you have 7 extra slots. These are the items that you want to duplicate for yourself to put in your stash and keep all the way up to that 200 plus items. So you pick what you want here. So you have Flawless Ethereum, Legendary Ether Tool, Golden Armor Plate, Ether Blade Case, Elder Sigil, because I'm getting low on those, Wonder Waff Case, and Dog Bone. So you can put whatever 7 items you want here. This one works for me. I can just take all these and put them in my stash and use them down the road for the next 2 to 3 days. What's so great about this method is in about 30 minutes from start to finish, I can get enough legendary items and gear to last me about 2 to 3 days of playing zombies. And it's solo. So let's get into the match. Now, the very, very first time you do this, you have to buy a tombstone. Again, do not drink the tombstone or use any of these items. To do that, just run any deliver cargo contract in any of the tiers, and you'll have the 2,000 for the tombstone. Every time. You won't give me a tombstone soda. You won't. Nope, you won't. All right, so then buy your tombstone soda. You can either find one on the map, otherwise go to Der Wonderfizz in tier 3. Y'all are familiar with that process. Now we drank a tombstone soda. We have our tombstone soda in here. We have our scorcher, and then the 7 items that we want to duplicate. Here's where things change dramatically. And again, credit to Jesse Powers for actually figuring this thing out. He said he spent 48 hours testing it. It's honestly freaking genius. And Last of Rare Breed on YouTube, he's actually the first person that posted this. He and Jesse are the ones that brought it to my attention here, and then we've just been working on refining it. So what you're going to do, now that you've got your tombstone ready, instead of setting a normal tombstone, you're actually going to be able to exfil with these items and set a tombstone at the same time. The way you're going to do that is make sure you have Bad Signal mission from Act 4 activated, or if you've already completed it, this portal will always be there. But now, you're going to make sure you don't have a self-revive. You're going to run over to the portal. You're going to activate the portal, but do not vote yes. Do not vote yes. So I'm solo. Do not vote yes. And then you're going to go underwater and drown. The trick is, when this air meter gets to red, a little past red, you're going to then accept and vote yes to go to the dark ether. So it's going to be red now. Now I'm going to vote yes. So now the countdown has started to send me to the Act 4 dark ether. And we're going to die. So watch this. We die here. Then the portal starts. Now we can dashboard at the portal. Black screen. Exit. If you're on Xbox or PlayStation, you'll quit app as soon as you see the portal animation. On PC, you have to wait until the black screen, then Alt F4. So this is the crazy part. We kept all of our items, every one of them. We kept our rucksack, whatever armor, self-revives, all this kind of stuff that you have, you'll keep that as well. You'll lose your weapon and all this stuff, but you can replace all this, but you will lose your weapon, whatever weapon you have. And this is just for the portal, just for the duplicating. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to store all of these in my stash. If you don't know how to do that and don't know how to get more than a 10 stash, then watch my video on Infinite Stash Glitch. Still works exactly the same way. But now, the most important thing is to bring the Tombstone soda can back in, okay? And then I'm going to take a Scorcher also because that will make me much faster to duplicate, which the whole purpose of this is how to duplicate solo and duplicate in the fastest way possible. So let's head back in. Oh my gosh. And this is where the magic happens. So think about it. We did not have a tombstone set up. I brought in all those items. I duplicated a tombstone by drowning and going into Act 4 at the same time, closing the game. Now look where the tombstone went. Directly to the cemetery. And I kept my large bag. And look what I happened to bring in. A Scorcher and a tombstone. So now we already set up that tombstone last match. And we kept our backpack. And we kept our items. So we already kept the items that we came in with. Now we get to duplicate those items. Now what you're going to do, don't drink your tombstone yet. Drop your tombstone on the ground. Okay? Take all the items out. Boom. Okay, so we haven't used any items. Do not drink this tombstone. Come back to your tombstone. Drink this one now. Don't do it. Don't do it, you dumb dog. We broke our tombstone first. Got all the items out. Then drank the tombstone that we brought in. You have to drink the tombstone that you brought in because if I accidentally drink the one that was in the tombstone, next round on the tombstone, that won't be there anymore. You got it? That's why it's important. I didn't bring a single weapon in. I mean, technically, I brought my Scorcher now, which is a good weapon, actually, now. Check out my video on the Scorcher if you haven't. I used the tombstone that I brought in, not the tombstone soda that I got from my tombstone. That's really important. Let's throw this guy out. Remember, so we're going to start this. You're going to jump in the water. So remember, I have not voted yes yet. Our tombstone's ready to set up. We have all the items originally from the tombstone. Now check this out. As the air goes down, I haven't voted yes yet. I just started the Dark Aether Rift portal from the Act 4 mission, Bad Signal. Now, when you see it red, let it go a couple ticks into red. Now vote yes. So this is actually going to reset the tombstone, keep every single item, and then when the portal comes up and we dashboard, so now we're eliminated. We just set the new tombstone, but then this happens. We Alt F4 on the black screen. Boink. No, not yet, not yet, not yet. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, get this. We just took all the items out again, and our tombstone's still going to be there. So what do? You take the 7 items that you want to duplicate, throw those bad boys in your stash. We kept our backpack, our rucksack. We would have kept 3-plate armor, self-revive, all that stuff. That works even with self-revive, so you don't need to worry about that. You now have infinite solo duplication, and this is just about as fast as the Season 1 method, but this absolutely freaking works. You can go straight on your very first time setting up. You can use this method, which means you also keep the items that you died with, which actually makes it a better method because by the second time you're going back in, you're already duplicating items. It used to be you had to die, then you lost your rucksack and all that stuff from Season 1. Then you have to go back, get another rucksack, get your tombstone, then start repeating the process. This is, in some ways, better. Freaking to the frickety-frack frickener. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is that this works with a fully geared operator as well. You'll keep your large rucksack, your kill streak, your 3-plate vest, your durable gas mask, even a self-revive. It actually works with the self-revive, which is awesome. So you keep all of that. The rucksack, you do lose your weapon, insured or contraband, doesn't matter, and you'll lose these things, but you can get them right back. That includes the Aether Blade. That Aether Blade glitch doesn't work with this version of the tombstone, but not a big deal. Let's head back in to show you that this does, in fact, work, even keeping all these things. All right, so you just get in here. You got your tombstone and your Scorcher. Remember, do not drink the tombstone. Hit that up, and we are up. All right, so here's what you do. Drop your tombstone on the ground from your inventory that you brought back from the dupe last time. Take everything out of the tombstone. Now drink the soda that you brought in. And you are ready to head out on Act 4 and drown yourself. Holla! Yeet! All right, now we head back. Honestly, the best way, if you can, just get to a boat. It's going to be the fastest. Now, let me share a couple things on this. The first is, this glitch actually works by resetting the tombstone in the water when you die, hence why the tombstone goes back to the graveyard, not to another spot. Like if you have a tombstone in a different spot and then you do this glitch, you'll find your tombstone in the graveyard. And it actually moves around every match, which is interesting. If I use any of these items in my rucksack now in this match before I leave to drown and go out the Act 4 method, those will not be in my tombstone next time. That's why I brought in a tombstone soda that I duped from the last round and then used that so that I kept every single item inside of that tombstone. So as I duplicate those items, put them in my stash, I come back, there's always the same items, including the tombstone soda, which also means that I never have to get 2,000 essence. I never have to go to tier 3 or find a tombstone soda dispensing machine somewhere. All that time wasted is gone because you bring in that tombstone soda from the previous round. You could also bring one if you crafted it or had an inventory, it would work the same. So then you're gonna come here, same thing, trigger it, do not vote, and start drowning yourself. Yay! So here we die. Now we go to portal, get ready to Alt F4. Mission progress, boom, there we go, Alt F4. As promised, we have all of our items successfully exfilled with, so we can put all those back. And the big thing is large rucksack, kill streak, armor vest, durable gas mask, and if you had a self-revive, all stay there. So you can just do this infinitely. Why is this so much better than the former method? First and foremost, you're playing solo, meaning I don't need a friend. I don't need to rely on anybody else. I can do this completely independently. And even if you don't have a friend, technically you can do the other glitch solo, but it relied on a random rezzing you. Who knows if that's going to happen or not? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't want to be waiting around for half a match to see if a random rezzes me. Because this is about duplicating items to actually put into your stash to use whenever you want, you now don't need to keep a tombstone all the time. So you don't have to worry about resetting your tombstone every match. You don't have to die at the end of the match or figure all this stuff out. If I want to go play, I just pick the items I want to go in with. I hit start match. I can go into the Dark Ether. I can go fight the Red Worm. I can go do a regular successful exfil to do my camo grind or my missions or anything else. It's just like playing completely normal. Now, third, you don't need to store up essence. You don't have to go collect 20, 30, 40,000, 100,000, 200,000 essence. There's really no significant benefit. Because you've duplicated those items, you can use 0 essence in your tombstone and still duplicate everything that you need to. You only have to go and buy that tombstone one time, the very, very first time you do it. After that, you can use the duplicated tombstone and bring that in every round. The duplicated Scorcher, bring that in every round and get your 7 items every single time. Finally, in about 30 minutes of total time from starting the tombstone to duplicating, I can get 28 plus legendary items in my stash that will carry me over for the next 2 to 3 days of zombie playing. In 30 minutes. That's it. Now, if you want to spend an hour, you could set yourself up for the next week or two. Let's say you have a low stash. Well, go put 100 plus items in an hour into your stash or however long it takes. It doesn't take long. And then just play the game normal and don't think about Tombstone for 2, 3, 4 days a week. Just enjoy the game. Bring in the good stuff for your friends. Have fun and play like you want. As always, if you're against tombstoning, I support you. I'm not arguing against you, but it's a PvE game. This isn't giving me an unfair advantage against real players. This helps to get rid of that 30-minute grind to go get to Pack-a-Punch 3 that you have to do every single match, and then you're only left with 15 minutes to play the game. You all know that by now. Huge shout out to Jesse Powers. He's actually the originator of this glitch, but we've taken what he's done and what he's told us about and then just figured out a much faster way to refine it down to duplicate as fast as absolutely possible. That's what you get here. If you have suggestions, leave that down in the comments. I'm always open to being wrong. I'm always open to getting better at what we do overall as a whole, as a zombies community, and in my community, of course. So be sure to join our Discord down below. We have tons of zombie players if you're looking for help with stuff like this, but also if you just want to find a squad to go run the Elder Sigil with and earn all those schematics yourself, go do it. There's people in there. Just find a squad. Just let them know what you want to do. You'll find people that will play with you. We have almost 7,000 members in the Discord now. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend that you know would appreciate it. Turn on those notifications to all. And as always, for the newest Modern Warfare Zombies and Warzone content, I will see you live on YouTube.